nothing like the emotion of a game matching the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Last June, there were 7 of them for the NBA championship, and they brought to the surface the tension, the electricity, and the fever that has set this rivalry apart from others. The images are not easily forgotten. Magic Johnson symbolizes what the Lakers stand for: flamboyance, excitement, and a freewheeling style. Larry Bird represents what the Celtics are all about: strength, grit, and perseverance. Earlier this season in Boston, Kevin McHale's late basket beat the Lakers, who had seen this ending before. Now the second and final meeting between the clubs takes place in sunny California. And today in the Forum, once again, they go at it, the Celtics and the Lakers. It's the best in the East against the best in the West, and perhaps that's how it should be. We're in the Forum. The teams that played for the title last year are tangling once again. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton, along with Tom Heinsohn and Pat O'Brien. And, of course, this game has significance for the Los Angeles Lakers because they felt they should have won last year's championship series, Tom Heinsohn, and they also felt they should have won the first meeting between the two clubs. The meaning is strong for the Lakers, I think.
Very, very much so, Dick. For them to lose at home against an Eastern team would put a little stuff in their minds going into the playoffs that they don't want to be there. Psychologically, a home court win against the Boston Celtics is very much necessary.
We know the significance for the Celtics because they want to remain ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers, as they are by 1 game in the Atlantic Division. But there's a story with the Boston Celtics. They may sign Ray Williams, that talented free agent guard, at some point, which indicates to me, Tom Heinsohn, that the Celtics themselves feel they have a problem with their depth.
Well, they have loaded up their 6 guns, fired 6 players at the rest of the NBA, and now they're searching for a third guard. They have not been happy with the contributions of either Carlos Clark or Quinn Buckner. So they're still very much, most teams at this point in the season, Dick, have their bench in order and are into concepts on how to use that bench. The Celtics are still searching for the third guard.
But the Celtics have the best team in the NBA right now, and the Lakers have won 6 consecutive games, and they're hot as well. So coming up is the Celtics and the Lakers, the NBA on CBS.
The NBA on CBS. Today's game from the Forum in Inglewood, California is sponsored by Miller Beer. Miller Beer, made the American way since 1855. American Express card. Don't leave home without it. And by Noxzema Shave Cream for extra sensitive skin.
Feel it, feel it, feel it. That Noxzema feeling. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Feel it, oh so close.
It's here. Noxzema Shave Cream for extra sensitive skin. Feel that soothing blue lather protecting you from irritation. Feel the closeness. Feel the comfort.
Feel it, oh so close.
Medicated Noxzema Shave Cream for extra sensitive skin.
That Noxzema feeling. Feel it, oh so close.
If you want a tough little pickup and new low 8.8% financing rates, check out the one that's built Ford Tough, Ranger. Now, your participating Ford dealer can arrange low 8.8% financing on new Ford Ranger pickups delivered by March 31st. Rate available on all Ranger models, 4x2s and 4x4s. So get on the road again in a tough Ford Ranger. Now, get 8.8% financing on new Ford Rangers. Take delivery by March 31st.
We're back here at the Forum in a sellout crowd, and right now, let's meet the starting lineups. And we're going to begin with the Boston Celtics and then the Lakers. First, for the Boston Celtics, and their head coach is Casey Jones, looking to repeat as a championship coach. The front line, Cedric Maxwell and Larry Bird. The center is Robert Parrish. And in the backcourt for Boston, Dennis Johnson and Danny Ainge. For Pat Riley, looking for his 200th career victory this afternoon, Kurt Rambis and James Worthy are the forwards. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the center, and in the backcourt, Earvin Magic Johnson and Byron Scott in his second year. Those are the starting 5. We're set to go. The Lakers are in the light uniforms gold, and there is Larry Bird, who did not suffer a broken nose after being hit in the All-Star game badly in Indianapolis. Lakers have it with a good save by Byron Scott. And I can tell you right off the bat, Tom Heinsohn, that this crowd is alive like maybe we haven't seen before.
Like it's the 7th game of the playoffs.
Inside to Bird. Second effort. Is there tension between these clubs as they start butterflies?
Well, I would say so at this stage of the game, but the Lakers really want to control the pace of the game early, Dick. Make things happen on the fast break.
Here's Worthy. And it's still L.A. ball.
And Boston necessarily wants to stop that and make them go to the half-court offense, which happens to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar more often than not.
And James Worthy has been more into it. Byron Scott, who's been a red-hot shooter, ties the game.
Boston doesn't run quite as much as L.A. They don't have that same speed that the Lakers have.
Maxwell up on top against Rambis. Rambis gets his hand on it. Good defensive play by Kurt. And Ainge picks off a Kareem pass. Bird is free in the left corner. No one sees him. Bird saves it.
Well, Boston counts a lot on their offensive board strength. That time, Larry Bird showing what he can do there.
Rebounding has been the key when these teams play. Cedric Maxwell, the baseline, and it's 4-2.
Looks to me, Dick, like they're going to work James Worthy over in that low post. Both Bird and Maxwell posted him up.
Dennis Johnson is guarding Magic Johnson, and that is a classic matchup between two of the best guards in the league. Into Rambis. Wants to get Bird in foul trouble, and Rambis gets the basket. Since he's returned to the starting lineup, Rambis has been the igniter for the Lakers.
I'll tell you, that's unusual for them to start out going to Rambis. They usually go to Kareem.
Dennis Johnson, who has been cold lately from the outside, puts the Celtics in front again. And here's Scott. He has averaged 23 points in those last 2 games as Byron Scott.
He's more confident this year, Dick, than he was last year as a rookie. And Pat Riley gave him the green light to shoot anytime he wants.
Bird. Larry Bird has gone over the 30-point mark 20 times this year. Gives you an idea of what kind of scorer he has been.
And look at Magic just push that ball up, even on made shots.
Ainge is on Johnson right now on a switch. Rambis takes Bird inside. He missed the short shot. Maxwell clear. Danny Ainge, who like Byron Scott, has been shooting well, called for the turnover, traveled.
And Maxwell pushing that ball up the floor is not the fastest guy on the Celtics to bring the ball down the middle.
9 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first period. The crowd tells you that it's a special game. Magic Johnson is fouled before the shot. And it's on Danny Ainge. First foul of the ball game. The Celtics have won 15 of 17 against Western Conference teams. One of their losses on this current West Coast trip when they were blown out at Portland. Rambis setting a screen for Scott. They go to Kareem for the first time handling the ball. Celtics stop it. And there's Rambis.
And Bird went over to help out. Double team Jabbar. They almost gained possession. Instead it went to Rambis, who Bird left.
Parrish inside. Yeah. Good position. And now we have our first LA foul of the game.
Here's the double team on Kareem, but watch Rambis 31 underneath the basket. It goes to him. Nobody's got him. Maxwell behind him. That's what happens sometimes if you leave too early.
The foul is on Byron Scott, and that's the first Laker foul of the ball game. And coming to the line here is Robert Parrish, who has been scoring well lately and had 22 rebounds in his last effort.
I'll tell you, he's been rebounding very well, Dick, getting in there and putting his physical presence underneath those boards exceptionally well.
Does he run the court as well as he used to?
I don't think he does, Dick. When Bill Fitch was coaching the Celtics, he really got out there and fast broke. Got in and filled that wing. Now he kind of walks it up every once in a while.
Dennis Johnson on the offensive board. So Tommy mentioned at the top, the Celtics' relentless offensive pressure on the glass pays off. And it's an 11-8 game, Boston. Dennis Johnson is on Byron Scott. Ainge on Magic Johnson. Kareem. And Parrish out-muscles Worthy for the ball. And here's Ainge down the right line. Johnson. Maxwell against Kareem. 3-second violation against the Celtics, and they turn it over.
Well, they moved it around very nicely, but Robert Parrish never got up over half court, so the Lakers had 5 defenders against 4 offensive players of the Celtics.
New York!
The Lakers, as Tommy mentioned, need a victory against an Eastern team, especially at home. They got one against Philadelphia a couple of weeks ago on Friday night here. Magic working against Ames, going all inside. Parrish the rebound. Outlet pass, he can't have it. Bird. And Kareem right now leaves Bird for Worthy. Worthy's been handling a lot more of a defensive responsibility against some of the big scorers. Bird, though, burns him.
Worthy at that time tried to really deny him the ball, and once it got past him, Bird was wide open for the shot. A gamble that didn't work.
The rebound story tells you why the Celtics are up by 5. Kareem, when he gets it that low, forget it.
Boy, when he gets the ball in the yellow area, you're exactly right, Dick. It's 2. Parrish having a tough time denying him the position he wants.
7.5 remaining, first period. Parrish going inside, and it was Magic Johnson who got his hand on the ball. 3-on-3 now. Bird ahead of the field, but Kareem stayed back defensively. But Larry Bird hitting from outside. He's the best outside shot the Celtics have.
Now both try and take advantage of getting back on defense.
Magic hits, and we have an early shootout at 15-14. Byron Scott on Danny Ainge, who's been playing well lately. How he got into Parrish, I'll never know, but Parrish was held.
I got to tell you, was he held? He had him right in the crook of the arm, Jabbar.
First foul on Kareem. We're going to take a break, but it's a heated game already.
Set special C and anchor detail.
White standard butter, right?
Port of call, Hong Kong.
Let go of the anchor.
Liberty call, now Liberty call.
Most jobs promise you the world. The Navy delivers. See your recruiter or call this number. Navy, it's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Denerex versus Selsun Blue.
This side here, I've got a tingling sensation on my scalp. Feels good. On this side, there's not much any sensation. It's just kind of there.
Look what you used.
Denerex. Feels good. This is the side that was tingling.
Each shampoo has one medicine for dandruff. Only Denerex adds extra anti-itch medicine many dermatologists recommend.
The tingling felt like, hey, it's happening now. Selsun Blue's lost a customer. I'm a Denerex man.
Denerex shampoo or shampoo and conditioner fights dandruff and its itch.
They say there's just no way to make today's lighter cars ride like yesterday's heavy cars. But Goodyear engineers said,
is that so?
And created air springs to work in a computerized suspension system. So even light cars can corner like a running back and ride like a dream. See how you can make things better when you don't listen to what they say? Goodyear.
Since becoming #1, this could be the toughest test yet for St. John's when they visit 8th-ranked Syracuse. Regional coverage of college basketball next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Second game of last year's World Championship Series. L.A. leads 1-0 and threatening to go up 2 games. Seconds remain in regulation time, and then the big steal by Gerald Henderson and the basket. And then in overtime, the veteran Scott Wedman hits a key jumper from the corner, and the Celtics survive to even the series. Well, Gerald Henderson was traded to Seattle, and Danny Ainge has answered all questions about his ability to start. But the questions now, of course, as we pointed out at the top, Tommy Heinsohn, what about the depth at guard? That's still a problem for the Celtics.
They've searched mightily. They've given each player, Buckner and Carlos Clark, opportunities over stretches to get the job done, and they're not satisfied with the results.
Ainge is handling the ball now, guarded by Scott. Kareem very tight on Parrish. They double Robert right now. And here's Danny Ainge from the corner. He has been a hot scorer indeed. In fact, he had 20 points to lead the Celtics in the first meeting between the teams. He was the high scorer in that game. 6.5 remaining, first period. Here's Byron Scott. I'll tell you, Ainge and Scott, the off guards, really are dead-eye shooters lately.
Well, they sure are. And that time, the Celtics switched out, even in trying to anticipate Scott getting the ball, and he still scored.
Maxwell versus Bird. Magic Johnson is doubling when he can. Bird with a runner. Magic with the rebound. That's called coast to coast. And that's what Magic Johnson does best.
Boy, he's a special player when he rebounds like that and pushes it up the court. That gives you extra everything. Watch this as Magic gets right in the pack and puts it on the floor and immediately puts pressure on the Celtics defense, so they have to split and let him go by.
Bird will inbound for the Celtics as lead cut to 1, and we have a foul called against the Lakers. You know, Magic Johnson told us yesterday at practice that he looked at the tapes of last year's series against Boston, and he felt that he let Dennis Johnson force him into setting up. He says, I'm going to run strong to the hoop no matter who's guarding me, and he's done that already.
Well, every team that plays Magic tries to get him to stop that fantastic rush up the court, but sometimes you're not too successful. Most of the times you're not too successful.
Lakers with their first lead of the ball game. The foul was on Byron Scott. And now they're going to call Danny Ainge with his second personal foul. So Ainge and Byron Scott each with 2 personals. Pat Riley finally won an All-Star game last year after 2 previous defeats. Last week, that was, in Indianapolis. Kareem walks with the ball, and you can credit the Celtics for that.
Good team defense from the weak side. There was a mismatch. Danny Ainge ended up with Jabbar, and Maxwell and Bird both saw it, gave support defense.
Lakers by 1. Boston with a record of 43-10 right now, best in the league. They're 2-1 on this current trip. 6 games in all. Dennis Johnson, line drive from the corner. Dennis grew up in Los Angeles and used to come to the Forum to see Walt Frazier play. That was his boyhood idol.
No, his nemesis is Magic Johnson.
Key, good pass to Worthy. And a foul inside, but it was Magic who got the ball to James Worthy with a bullet.
You know, Bill Burtka says about Magic Johnson, he reads the defense of other players being guarded. Watch here, as Maxwell had his head turned, he just slid it right by his ear. So he reads the defense of the guys that are playing, and Bill Burtka, the assistant coach, saying that Magic is really having a year in that department.
Robert Parrish commits the foul, his first of the game, and Kevin McHale, who's not only the best 6th, maybe the best 7th man off the bench, too, as Maxwell goes to the Pines. McHale can play 3 different forward positions. He's really 2 men off the bench, isn't he?
Center, power forward, and quick forward.
Lakers by 1, under 5 minutes remaining, first period. Bird finds Danny Ainge, cross court. Off the glass. Here are the Lakers, 4-on-2. And Dennis Johnson got his hands on it and forces the turnover.
I tell you, Larry Bird, when he's out on the top, instead of going underneath the basket, they have a better chance of stopping the Laker fast break. It was very effective in the playoffs last year, but they're trying to work him in the post right now against James Worthy, perhaps Worthy to pick up some additional foul.
Lakers in their half-court offense. Keep in mind, it's Worthy and Kareem are the key men in this scheme. An illegal defense called against the Boston Celtics, and someone was left not guarding someone. That's a warning. The second time will be the technical.
I believe it was Larry Bird, who was down in the paint as everybody else was up top, above the foul line. He was supposed to be up there himself.
Wide open is Irvin Johnson. And Worthy comes out of nowhere like Superman. Lakers would rather run, but they're setting it up. Kareem inside. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will be 38 years old in April, but he's turned back the clock this season.
And Magic picks you apart if you're not looking. If somebody's got a half step to the basket, he gets the ball.
Larry Bird, who has 8 points, now is in double figures. The first player on the court to be in that situation. Laker lead is 1. 3:35 to go, first period. Worthy gets 3 from Bird.
That is a tough matchup for Larry Bird. He's got real super quickness against him.
Kurt Rambis got in the way, and it was last touched by McHale, and Michael Cooper, who's a fine defensive player, replaces Byron Scott, who goes out with 6 points and 2 personals. Cooper, one of the best defensive players. He's in the guard position. His shooting has been spotty lately. Double on Abdul-Jabbar. Doesn't help.
Total disdain when he's on that side of the court. On a double team, he'll shoot the hook, turn away from it.
Timeout.
Where I come from, folks stand proud and tall. They'll look you right in the eye. A place where pride is worth a whole lot more than money can buy. Where people care about their family. Where laughter's sincere. Where your word is your word. A friend's a friend and Miller's the beer. Miller's made the American way. Born and brewed in the USA. Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today. Miller's made the American way.
Miller contains no additives, no preservatives. Miller Beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Send the art to Boston, get the part to Corning. Working through the night so you have it by morning. Call Emery, and it's as good as there. Emery's everywhere, from Paris, France to Pasadena. Emery gets it there, from New York to Argentina. From the biggest to the smallest, it's as good as there. Just call us.
Thank you for calling Emery.
It's as good as there.
A legend begins when a down-and-out loser gets one last chance to win. Sylvester Stallone rises to stardom as Rocky Tuesday.
Tommy, one of the ways to cut down on the opposition's star is to make him work defensively.
Yes, and here you see Larry Bird, and he has a real problem matchup-wise with Worthy, who's got much better speed. Bird is going to try and get out in the passing lane, not let him feel him, but makes a poor gamble, and it goes into Worthy and over the top, and teams try to take Larry out of the offense by making him play defense.
He still has 10 points, and look at the field goal percentage. Both teams are hot, very hot, and are even at this point. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the first period. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn from the Forum. Johnson's pass picked off by Abdul-Jabbar, who traveled. So the Celtics still have the ball.
They had Larry Bird covered perfectly that time, the Lakers, and he tried a backdoor, and Kareem was sitting right in there, almost picked it off, and made a great play.
Larry Bird has a quiet 10 points, if he could say that so far. Bird shooting quickly over Rambis. Maybe he's getting a louder 12.
It's a loud 12. It'll be a screaming 14.
6 for 8 for Larry Bird from the field. 2:35 remaining first period. It's been tight and taut. The Lakers are up by 3. They double, triple, and Larry Bird forced the turnover from behind. A 3-on-1 for the Celtics. And a great play by Larry Bird defensively, helping out on the big man for the Lakers. Coming right back is Magic Johnson, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
We're going to see McHale.
A little bit, Magic.
Watch McHale here, and Bird. And Bird uses McHale to pop out. Just enough time to get over Rambis. He's not the swiftest running outside, but Larry Bird's outside shooting very important for the Celtics.
Bob McAdoo, only his 3rd game back. He had an injured heel, played once in 3 weeks. Is into the ball game replacing Rambis. The foul was on Kevin McHale as Magic Johnson hits the first free throw. So McAdoo comes in the ball game, and of course his timing isn't 100%, but he gives them some good offense.
I'll tell you, and he presents a problem for McHale because he can shoot from the outside, and also from his days at Buffalo can defend against the big guy in a low post pretty well.
You liked him when he played then, especially, didn't you?
I sure did. Up in Buffalo, it gave me fits.
28-25, the Lakers lead. Boston took the early lead. McHale will go to the line. Kevin McHale. Danger off the boards. Kevin McHale studies the game before he comes in to see where the help is needed. Is it going to be the center, as you said, or the power forward, or the small forward? And it's a challenge for him. And he goes in and takes care of it.
Well, I think his biggest contribution coming off the bench, Dick, is scoring points and banging the boards right away. And he's got that type of mentality. He feels he's a very cocky guy. He feels that, so what, I'm on the bench. I'm going to make a contribution as soon as I can.
1 out of 2 for Kevin McHale. Winding down to 2 minutes remaining in the first period. The Lakers lead by 2. Johnson, extra pass back to Kareem. And Kareem, little contact inside with Parrish, who commits personal foul number 2. As into the ball game, Dennis Johnson goes out, and Carlos Clark, one of the men, second-year guy from Mississippi that Tommy was talking about in the search for the third guard.
I think he's a pretty good defensive player, Clark, but his offense isn't up to snuff.
McAdoo guarded by Larry Bird. McHale on Worthy. Under 2 minutes to go in the first period. One-on-one defense against Abdul-Jabbar with a lefty hook. And McHale took too many steps. He was knocked off balance, and he's called for traveling.
Those are the kind that really hurt you. Had a clean rebound, but the Lakers harassed him a little bit and forced him to walk. They get all over the rebounder so that it's a tough outlet pass. It worked effectively that time for the Lakers.
Johnson with a screen from McAdoo. Magic Johnson, he had a 40-foot hook shot the last game the Lakers played Friday night against Atlanta. Just beat the 24-second buzzer. He's trying to beat you in the hook shot department.
Listen, that beats my record.
Here's Ames. Worthy the rebound with 1:13 to go in the period. 4-point Laker lead. Clark doing a good defensive job on Irvin Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. McAdoo setting another screen. Magic will use it.
Boy, as he improved from the outside, he shoots so well with much confidence on the outside now. When he first came in, he couldn't buy a basket from out there.
12 points for Magic Johnson, and the Lakers have their biggest lead here in the first period. 9 on the clock, 40 in the first period clock, and they're going to call a Laker foul. It'll be their 5th, and that means Boston will shoot 2. Michael Cooper commits the personal foul.
Here's Larry Bird underneath, and that's where the Lakers really want to have him, is underneath the basket. As Cooper finally busts out and get it into McHale, there was a foul on the play. But what they want to do, the way Bird elects to play with Cooper, is take him close to the basket, and Pat Riley says that's where I like Bird to play underneath with Michael Cooper. It cuts down on his passing, his outside shooting, and Bird says, hey, I'm going under there because I feel like an out-rebound Cooper. So let's see which one works out for the best. Which strategy?
32 to 27 as Bird makes one. 35 seconds remaining. Worthy goes high for the pass from Magic. 6 for James Worthy. He's quick inside.
Well, I'll tell you, again, a great pass from Magic right by Kevin McHale. As soon as McHale turned his head, Magic made the pass.
10 on the shot clock. 3-second differential to the game clock. 6 now. Bird had to get rid of it in a hurry. Carlos Clark on a big fake on Worthy. And with 5 seconds to go, the big basket makes it 34 to 29 at the buzzer. The miss. 1 second to go. And that's the end of the first period. The Lakers 34, Boston 29.
It's hard to say goodbye to a man who wears Brute. Cologne, aftershave, deodorant. The great smell of Brute by Fabergé.
After a few hours of digging these trees, boy, you know you've been working. When I get a chance to relax, I head straight for a Milky Way bar. sit back, think about playing ball tonight. It's great.
You get the goodness of a quarter cup of milk in every bar. There's milk, natural cane and corn sugars, and thick, thick chocolate in a Milky Way bar.
Good old Milky Way. Life's not all work, you know.
A Milky Way day helps you work, rest, and play.
I go out and try to give them the best show possible.
The least you can do is give 100% because I feel that's what the fans want to see and that's what they paid for.
I know that when I'm on the basketball court, I'm there to be the show.
NBA action. It's fantastic.
The preceding message was furnished by the National Basketball Association.
Let's go back to Game 3 of the World Championship Series in L.A. In the series tied, Magic Johnson with a stellar performance, 14 points, along with a record-breaking 21 assists, combined with the open court play of James Worthy, and the old man doing what he does best, an easy win for the Lakers and a series lead. But there were other games that Magic Johnson had his problems, and he was criticized for his play against the Celtics to an extent, and he said that criticism will always stay with him. But, of course, in the game of basketball and any sport, you can always redeem yourself.
Well, I think Magic Johnson really is a victim of his own image. People expect him to make a spectacular play every play.
You see St. John's rolling over DePaul, #1 ranked Redmen. College basketball, great year for Lou Carnesecca. Next week on CBS Sports, St. John's against Syracuse in another important Big East battle. McHale with 1 second on the clock scores for the Boston Celtics. We're in the second period. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn reporting from the Forum in Inglewood, California. Double team on Kareem. Scott Wedman is in the game for Boston. And Cooper hits the shot. Cooper has been ice cold lately. He wants to get that shooting eye back. Good start for him.
Kareem absolutely found the right man. He is so smart when he gets double teamed.
So Wedman is in for Larry Bird and takes the shot. You remember the shot he took against the Lakers in game #1 last year. He hits his first basket. Carlos Clark is on Magic Johnson. Tough assignment. Bob McAdoo hits. The shooting has been brilliant in this game.
I'll tell you, McAdoo is one of the greatest outside shooters for big people, I think, that ever hit the NBA, and Magic's going to take advantage of that when it's there.
Lakers by 5. Coming out of the pack is Wedman. Again, Wedman. And again, he hits. Scott Wedman.
Got Worthy shaking his head. I don't believe it.
Once an NBA All-Star, he has adjusted to his role as a guy who plays a few minutes off the bench for the Celtics. McAdoo, inside pass to Kareem. Kevin McHale the rebound to Carlos Clark.
See, the Celtics don't have that real push-up man like Magic Johnson is to the Lakers.
McHale turnaround. Kevin McHale on a turnaround shot. Larry Bird, who scored 13 points in the first period. Magic Johnson led the Lakers with 12. This is a three-point attempt by Cooper. And here's McAdoo. And hurt on the floor is James Worthy. Might have been hit or kicked in the face. Carlos Clark coming back missing. And a loose ball foul has been called. And there's James Worthy, who might have been hit in the eye. Staying in there. Scott Wedman on the loose ball foul. Pat Riley, who's led the Lakers to the NBA Finals the last 3 years, winning once.
Riley is one of the real great coaches at getting the most out of quick people.
And one of the classiest guys you'll ever want to meet. Clark goes up for the fake. Magic Johnson taught him a lesson there.
Well, a second-year player went for the fake. Nobody goes for the fake on Magic without getting burned.
Wedman, but there is Clark. Keeping it alive. And traveling against Scott Wedman, but we got a glimpse of the good things that Carlos Clark can do.
He's got potential, but his offense needs a little work, but Casey Jones is concerned in his second unit in the ball game with turnovers, which was quite evident that time, the walking violation.
Here's Magic firing away. He has 18 points already.
I'll tell you, he's playing the game with a furrowed brow. You know, Magic used to smile a lot. But McAdoo said he's playing this season with a mission.
He has 6 assists to go with those 16 points. And I think he does have a mission, particularly against the guys in green. 7 on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson against Cooper. And we have a foul inside. It's against Bob McAdoo of the Lakers. Rambis will be checking back in for the Lakers, but we have a timeout. 8:47 remaining in the second period. LA has the lead.
MasterCard, I'm bored. Oh, my interest is piqued. MasterCard, I'd follow you anywhere.
Ollie, I can't see.
Relax. I know France like the back of my hand.
We need new Anco wiper blades.
Anco windshield wiper blades for Datsun, Toyota, VW, and other imports are available everywhere.
Much better.
Ollie, are you sure we're in France?
Where do you think we are?
Spain.
Spain.
Anco, the best blades you can buy. Test prove it.
I've been seeing another fish.
Can we talk about it?
It's tender, golden, very warm.
McDonald's filet of fish, a taste tempting dish. Go on.
I needed a change of pace.
Look around, you find a lot of fish in the sea. With just one taste and you'll agree. It's a good time. Men. For the great taste of McDonald's.
The Los Angeles Lakers, the best in the West, come east to face the NBA's top scorer, Bernard King, and the New York Knicks next Sunday on CBS Sports.
If there's been one barometer between the teams, rebounding has been it. Last year, 6 of the 7 championship games, the team that controlled the boards came out ahead, including the first game between the teams this year. Boston had the battle of the boards and won the game, but the Celtics lead the rebounding, although they trail right now.
Well, I think the answer to that is really the fast break opportunities and the easy hoops that the Lakers are getting, plus the hot hand from outside of Magic Johnson.
Ready? Here we go.
Rebound or no rebound.
Don't break me.
That'll do it.
Go.
Celtics have used 9 men already. That's 1 more than they used in the first meeting between these clubs when Boston won by a basket. 8:40 remaining in the first half. Carlos Clark guarded by Mike McGee, who's come into the ball game, number 40. Maxwell going inside. Basket counts and a foul as Maxwell and Rambis. You remember those 2 last year.
I'll tell you, that was a sweet move by Maxwell. He goes to the left. He knows McAdoo's got to cut him off. He swings back. Really takes a blow on the shot. It goes in, and look at Max is on the floor already. And Rambis was playing pretty good defense that time, help defense.
Larry Bird is into the ball game, replacing Scott Wedman, who did a good job in the time he was in. But with Mike McGee in there, he becomes the quick, small forward that the Lakers hope to use to advantage against the strength, speed versus strength.
Right. They mount the fastest 3-man attack in the NBA with guys like Worthy and McGee at the quick forward spot.
Cooper gets it inside to Worthy. McHale the rebound. So we have the contrast out there. That's 5 rebounds for Kevin McHale. 2-point lead for the Lakers. They had a 7-point lead, biggest of the ball game in the second period. Bird is short. McGee shuffles it to Cooper. Celtics get back and force the Lakers into the half-court offense. Worthy against McHale.
Yeah, McHale's the perfect type of guy to try and guard Worthy. He's got the long arms and knows that he can get at the shooting hand, but it doesn't seem to bother Worthy at all.
Maxwell. Cedric Maxwell was thrown out of the game against Seattle. He picked up 2 technicals prior to the half, but before he went out, he had a terrific game with 18 points.
I'll tell you, it was the dumbest play I've ever seen in basketball when he bounced it off the backboard when he was disgruntled with himself for missing the free throw. The dumbest play I've ever seen.
Worthy goes out of the game with 8 points. Dennis Johnson tries to save it. Danny Ainge will check back in, replacing Carlos Clark. So the Celtics actually narrowed the Laker lead using their bench in this instance.
That's a good sign for them. But they got Wedman the ball an awful lot when he was in there, and that's a good sign that they're starting to go to somebody with a little cohesiveness in that second unit.
7:15 on the clock, second period. McAdoo against McHale. Good defense by Kevin McHale. Larry Bird the rebound. He has 13 points to lead Boston, all in the first period. Maxwell goes in and gets nothing. And now a loose ball foul is called by Jake O'Donnell. Hugh Hollins is the other official working this afternoon. And the foul is on McAdoo, his second. Robert Parrish, the starting center, comes back in for Boston. McHale goes out.
And he was pretty effective, Kevin McHale, on the boards and defensively, even against Jabbar.
7 minutes to go in the second period. Celtics down by 4. Larry Bird with a fall-away runaway, and it's 44-42. Byron Scott goes for 3. McAdoo. No basket. The foul was before the shot. McAdoo just camped underneath, and now Pat Riley wants a timeout.
31.
And the foul is on Cedric Maxwell.
Listen to these stuffy noses.
Afrin doesn't have it.
Dristan doesn't have it.
Only Sinex has it. Ooh. That quick feeling of relief from instantly penetrating Vicks vapors, plus a powerful decongestant that opens nasal passages and allows you to breathe freely.
Ah, complete relief.
For hours and hours. Sinex gives you both instant relief and complete relief. Sinex in regular and extra strength.
From Vicks, of course.
Around here people seem to say it all without saying a word.
There are still places where you can shake a man's hand, buy him a Miller, and you've got yourself a deal.
Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA, just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller Beer, purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Flight operations, Hawaiian Islands.
155 to go, Bird. And the green stripe, runner. Bring up 155 on number 2 elevator. I'll talk to 28,000 feet. Alpha Hotel, your wind is down the deck at 28,000. Launch aircraft. And clear.
Most jobs promise you the world. The Navy delivers. See your recruiter or call this number. Navy, it's not just a job, it's an adventure.
To win at Doral, one must conquer the elements and the imposing Blue Monster. The 24th Doral Open next weekend, live on CBS Sports.
The key 4th game of last year's World Championship Series, and Larry Bird goes to work with 21 rebounds along with 29 points. But this is where the emotions boiled over. Kurt Rambis clobbered by Kevin McHale, and the bad blood between the clubs was out in the open. In overtime, ML Carr's basket seals the second overtime victory for Boston. The series is tied 2 games apiece. You know, with all of the fervor last year, Tommy, it's amazing when you look at Pat Riley and Casey Jones, 2 of the calmer, quieter coaches you'll see.
They get upset, though, in the playoffs. Anybody gets upset.
McAdoo hits.
You know, Riley today, Dick, has a chance to tie Cunningham's record for the quickest to reach 200 wins.
How sweet it would be for him to achieve it against the Boston Celtics.
200 wins in 289 games.
Larry Bird gets the roll, and Bird has 17 points. Magic Johnson leads the Lakers with 16. 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the second period. Rambis gets feed inside. Bird knocks it away. Larry Bird has made 2 outstanding defensive plays in this first half. Finds Dennis Johnson open. And Johnson hits. By the way,
well, they had him spread out that time, Dick. Bird had everybody leaning his way.
Cooper going up. Too close inside. It's Boston ball. Kareem comes back in the ball game along with Magic Johnson shortly. Magic will have to wait. Kareem is in there, replacing McAdoo. I was going to say a foul before that we had called from Maxwell was changed by Jake O'Donnell to Dennis Johnson, so Johnson has one. Robert Parrish, not yet a factor in this ball game. And the words are no sooner out of our mouth. 1 point and 1 rebound before that basket by the Chief.
Larry Bird felt the pressure of Kareem and knew Parrish is going to be wide open.
Byron Scott wide open hits. He has 8 points.
Here comes Bird over the top, picked up by Kareem. And look at right away, he knows that Parrish is rolling to the hoop. That's thinking 2 steps ahead of the defense.
They warned the Lakers for a delay of the game. Someone must have kicked the ball, and Hugh Hollins felt on purpose after that basket. Johnson goes in. Good defense by McGee behind. And here is the Geeter, as they call him, Mike McGee on offense. Cooper left open. Hits again. Michael Cooper may be coming out of a shooting slump today.
Well, he just had nobody out there guarding him. Somebody should have gone out. Particularly, Kareem wasn't even up the court. They had 5 men to guard 4. They let Cooper take the shot.
Parrish. And a foul before the shot as Magic Johnson now gets a chance to come back in the ball game. Kareem commits the foul. That'll be the 2nd personal foul as Mike McGee goes out of the ball game. Team fouls. The Lakers have 4. 1 more, and they're in the penalty. The Celtics have only 2.
I think they want to go to the matchup of Parrish a little bit more than they have in the first half.
Maxwell will get a chance for a 3-point play. Cedric Maxwell, the silent partner, as Casey Jones calls him, will go to the line as Pat Riley looks at the scoreboard.
Here's Maxwell as Rambis is playing him to his right, forcing him to his left, but takes the body contact and flips it up lefty. That is no easy shot. That is one tough move. I tell you, you know what Maxwell says about himself? He says, I am Pac-Man. I eat him up on defense. You saw that machine. You never played those machines, did you?
I was a little older than that, but I know a lot of kids do.
Quarters.
I'm a kid in other ways. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. James Worthy replaces Michael Cooper. Big team in there for the Lakers. Bird comes out of nowhere for the rebound to Dennis Johnson. 51-50. The Celtics regained the lead. They were down by 7 prior to the end of the first period, and Danny Ainge has given them now a 3-point lead.
That's something you didn't see the Celtics do a lot last year. Pull up jump shots on the fast break. They're doing it this year, however.
Scott looking for an open space to shoot. And he's hot. Doesn't matter where he is. 10 points for Byron Scott. One thing, 7-point lead doesn't mean much in this game.
Not with both teams having the ability to score them in bunches.
Shooting has been phenomenal. Dennis Johnson, defense from behind by Scott. That's twice someone has gotten Scott from behind defensively. 3:24 remaining in the first half. Worthy and Bird with a rebound. Celtics by 1. Here's Larry. It's not a good pass inside the Parrish.
Well, he thought he had Parrish wide open, but Magic was alert.
We've seen him before. Reminiscent of the Lakers' 3rd game victory when they blew by Boston to a 33-point victory. Last year's title.
You know what I don't like about dandruff? Dandruff shampoos. I'm afraid they won't leave my hair the way I like it. This shampoo cares for my hair. It's the only one with a self-balancing formula. Puts dandruff protection where I need it, on my scalp, not on my hair, and it conditions where I need it. Leaves my hair looking and feeling good. Yeah, my shampoo's a dandruff shampoo. But it's today's Head and Shoulders. It cares for my hair.
The Tuesday Night Bowling League is about to start.
They'll stuff themselves with pepperoni pizza and hoagies. But soon, that's going to catch up with them.
Whether it's Cliff's heartburn or Paul's upset stomach, the one that coats is the only one they need. Pepto-Bismol. As it coats, it relieves heartburn, upset stomach, even relieves diarrhea. Pepto-Bismol. For most common stomach discomforts, the one that coats is the only one you need.
Come on, move it, Cat. When I work out, I love the sweat. Okay. It's how I get the edge. But after I feel dry and odor-free all day. So Speed Stick antiperspirant gives me an edge, too. Speed Stick's the wide stick. Goes on dry for man-sized protection in just a few strokes. Whatever game you're in, get the edge.
Let the wide stick give you the edge. Speed Stick Super Dry Antiperspirant.
By Megan.
Well, to find out what's coming up at the half, what better man to go to than our at the half host, Pat O'Brien. Patrick?
All right, Richard, thank you. Coming up at the half, there have been reports this week in Los Angeles that Lakers owner and Forum owner Jerry Buss is in financial difficulty. We'll examine those stories and speak live with Dr. Buss. We'll recap today's Daytona 500 and a story on Ralph Sampson, last week's All-Star MVP, who is definitely reaching for the stars. All that and more coming up at a busy halftime. Back to you, Dick.
Thank you very much, Pat. And, of course, that was a shocking story because when people talk about the fabulous Forum and the Laker Empire, they think it's just, you know, the gold, the Forum gold is really what it's all about, and we'll find out that it may be different. Different story at halftime. 54-53, the Lakers. Harris. 2:42 to go, and the Lakers are scrapping inside, even with their small guys like Byron Scott, and Magic Johnson is fouled. The shooting, as we said, has been terrific in this ball game, and they're the numbers that back it up.
I'll tell you, that last foul committed by Maxwell was Boston's attempt to try and slow up the advance of Magic Johnson, so everybody taking a shot at trying to slow Magic down.
That's the team effort. Worthy gets his own rebound. Rambis. Tell you, the Lakers are tigers off the offensive glass here. Byron Scott. What a terrific ball game this is, as Larry Bird hits a three-pointer to tie the ball game at 56.
Scott hits one from downtown. Bird recoups the same thing.
And Worthy is fouled inside. Larry Bird's claiming he got all ball, and Jake O'Donnell said you got part ball.
Rambis is really hustling. Here's a short shot, but Rambis over the top of Maxwell. Bird tries to swat at it. But Rambis, that's what his job is. Get in there and bang around, throw some bodies, and hurt people in there. That's what they feel the Lakers have needed for a while, is a guy that will be a little fearless and reckless underneath.
Larry Bird's first personal foul of the game. Worthy hits the free throw. There is Kurt Rambis, who, by the way, got married over the All-Star break. His wife, Linda. They originally were going to set the date in the summer. He said, why not? And I guess the marriage is working. He had 10 rebounds Friday night. The rebounding story, Boston has the lead, though it be slim. And the Lakers have the lead in the game by 1. Maxwell. Rambis clears it. 1:45 to go in the first half. Dennis Johnson on Magic Johnson. Rambis setting a shot, and I guess the marriage is working. He had 10 rebounds Friday night. The rebounding story, Boston has the lead, though it be slim. And the Lakers have the lead in the game by 1. Maxwell. Rambis clears it. 1:45 to go in the first half. Dennis Johnson on Magic Johnson. Rambis setting a screen. Pick and roll to Kurt Rambis. And Danny Ainge up court. And Boston leads by 1.
Well, they played some great defense, Boston, picking off that pick and roll play to Rambis. Step right in, make it a tough shot.
Kareem is fouled and will go to the line with 1:17 to go. We have done games here, Tommy, when the crowd was quiet and silent. Not today. They are loud and very much into the game.
pick and roll to Rambis that doesn't work, as everybody got right in there, particularly Danny Ainge. He ends up with the ball, scored up the other end. But I'll tell you, the Lakers will push it right back down your teeth, and Jabbar running got into the low post before the Celtics defense could really adjust. Up at the free throw line right now because of that situation.
Dennis Johnson has been the point guard. Kevin McHale has come into the ball game now, so McHale and Parrish are both in there. Foul was on Bird, his second. High score, winding down to the final minute of a first half that's had 8 ties and 6 lead changes. 7 on the shot clock. Aim. And Dennis Johnson from the corner breaks the tie.
There's that outside shooting that has become such a factor for the Celtics. Now that magic, because he pushed the ball up.
22nd timeout called by K.C. Jones of the Boston Celtics. Parrish was shaken up, and he'll go to the bench. Ray Melchiori, the trainer, is with him, and Robert Parrish is upset and also hurting a bit. We're going to be with you next Sunday, the NBA on CBS, when these Lakers take on the New York Knicks, who have been injury-riddled this year. Not so for their superstar, Bernard King. He scored 60 earlier this year. He had 55 last night in a losing effort against the Nets. But the Knicks always play the Lakers tough, Tommy. Last year they beat them twice. This year went down to the wire.
I tell you, UB Brown does an outstanding job with that second unit. As Robert Parrish hurt his ankle, and he'll be going into the bench or into the locker room. Here's how he hurt that ankle. Just stepped right all over Magic. And the foul was called, I believe, on Danny Ainge. But it was really Magic that fouled him.
The Parrish and Ray Melchiori go to the dressing room. And Maxwell, McHale, and Bird will be the Boston front line for the remaining 53 seconds of this first half.
And that's the one player the Celtics can really not afford to lose, because the next backup man is Greg Kite, who hasn't played an awful lot at center for the Celtics the past 2 years. It would make McHale have to move to the center position and Kite be the total backup man.
Kite did show some promise playing last year, and he's been playing really shuffled in the background this season.
Well, they don't feel that he's really mastered the offensive part of the game yet either, but perhaps we'll see him a little bit here, particularly if Parrish doesn't show up in the second half.
Magic Johnson has 17 points. He made 1 out of 2. Under a minute, as you see, remaining in the first half. McHale trying to set a pick and roll, and Larry Bird. Missing Ames, gets it away from Rambis. Boston still has it. They're leading by 1. Celtics trying to repeat as champions, be the first team to do so in 16 years. McAdoo out to meet Maxwell. Ames, 3-point attempt. And Bird has it. And Jake O'Donnell signals foul against the Lakers with 16 seconds to go, and Larry Bird perseveres.
Well, without Kareem in there, they're kind of small, these Lakers. Boston has their big rebounders, particularly Bird, who's so smart, knowing when to go in and when not to go in for the rebound. Got that one and threw the foul, really.
Larry Bird.
Made them foul him, Dick.
21 for Larry Bird. He should get over 30 without much trouble this afternoon. I don't think anyone denies the fact that he's the best player in the league today.
Well, he's the thinkingest player, I believe, in the NBA. He shows it on the court. That's what I like about him. And plus the competitive soul that he's got.
Magic Johnson tries to scoop it up. McHale the rebound with 4 seconds to go. Bird to Dennis Johnson with 1. And that's it. That's the end of the first half. 62-59. They've gone back and forth. The Celtics have the lead and will return with Pat O'Brien at the head.
Wherever you go in America, there's one source of starting power the weather's found tough to beat. The Sears Die-Hard. From the original Die-Hard battery to the newest, most powerful Die-Hard ever made for your car. In Credisil, Die-Hard is still the replacement battery more Americans have confidence in than any other. Think of it as a recommendation from a few million of your neighbors.
There's more for your life at Sears.
In my relentless pursuit of lower fuel bills, I have discovered a new reason to add Pink Owens Corning insulation now. Get this Polaroid instant camera free when you buy 10 rolls of Owens Corning insulation, like the attic blanket, the most powerful roll of insulation there is. Snap up instant energy savings and get a Polaroid camera free.
It's a great offer, only from Owens Corning.
You've a very important date, and you're really looking great then.
That tingle, a cold sore is coming on.
Your resume is fine, but the interview's on the line, 'cause
I feel a cold sore coming on.
Quick, use Campho-Phenique Gel. Helps stop cold sores from stopping you. Clear Campho-Phenique Gel acts on developing cold sores and fever blisters to instantly stop pain.
When you have to be your best, but that tingle just won't rest.
Campho-Phenique Gel helps stop cold sores from stopping you.
The more things cost, the better they are. That's not always true. Consider Barbasol. Barbasol has as thick and rich a lather as any other leading foam, so it gives you a smooth, close shave. But Barbasol can cost half as much as the higher-priced foams. Maybe that's why Barbasol is America's fastest-growing foam. Saving as much as $1 on shave cream may not mean much to some people, but getting a great shave for as little as half the price obviously means something to most people.
Quite a game this afternoon in the Forum in Los Angeles as Boston leads the Lakers 62-59 at the half. Hi again, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, and once again, welcome to At the Half. Elsewhere in the NBA this afternoon, Phoenix has beaten Indiana 115-97, and they're in the fourth quarter out in Chicago, and Milwaukee leads the Bulls 103-82. But the biggest story around here this week is a report by CBS-owned TV station KCBS in Los Angeles that the Lakers and Forum owner Jerry Buss is in financial difficulty. Now, the implication being that Buss's hold on the sports empire, the Lakers, the LA hockey team, the Kings, an indoor soccer team, and the Forum might be placed in jeopardy. It has indeed been a week of allegations and denials. The KCBS story, as reported Wednesday night, is that Buss had loans in excess of $100 million from Security Pacific National Bank. The Los Angeles station, using an unnamed source from within the bank, also reported that last summer Buss fell behind in those payments on the loans. KCBS says the bank then requested Buss put up additional collateral, including the Lakers and the Kings, for the loan. In addition, KCBS reported the bank had contemplated forcing Jerry Buss into bankruptcy and had contacted influential UCLA basketball booster Sam Gilbert about the possibility of taking over the team. However, a bank spokesperson has said the amount owed by Buss is under $50 million. But Security Pacific refused to respond to CBS Sports questions on camera, adding that the KCBS story was wrong and that Sam Gilbert had never been contacted by anybody in authority from the bank. When we contacted Mr. Gilbert, he said the story was false, and he also declined our request to do an on-camera interview. As far as the NBA is concerned, yesterday a league official in New York City issued this statement to CBS Sports. Quote, "As far as we know, the allegations are untrue and have been denied by every party identified. This is journalism at its worst." End of quote. And one person who has responded to a lot of the charges this week is Dr. Jerry Buss himself, and you were telling me you were shocked by the story, but from where I sit, I'm wondering what could have triggered such a story, Dr. Buss?
I really wish I knew, Pat. That's one of the interesting parts of this whole story. I hope it comes out sometime. Some person that decided to cause a lot of problems, make up some stories. I just don't know.
Quite simply, were you or are you behind in your payments to the bank?
I am not now or ever have been behind in my payments to the bank.
Has anybody from the bank talked to you about possibility of being in financial difficulty?
Not really, Pat. Since this has come out, I think the bank has been extremely supportive. They have denied every allegation that was made. They said that my loan was far less than $50 million, which it is. And, of course, as a percentage of my assets, that turns out to be a trivial amount.
How does the future look for the sports empire that you hold? Can you say that's financially in good shape?
It's in excellent shape. We're having the best year we ever had at the Forum. Lots of good things are happening. World Championship boxing is coming. Lakers are on a roll, the Lasers playing well, and even the Kings are showing some signs of life. So I'm very happy.
Glad you said even the Kings. If the Lakers win the World Championship, will you be around to pick up the trophy?
I certainly will. Those other two are getting kind of lonely. I'd like to get a third.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us at the half, Dr. Jerry Buss. And we have lots more on this halftime from the Forum in Inglewood, California. We'll be back with all that and more after a word from your local station. Stay with us.
Next weekend on CBS Sports Saturday and Sunday, European featherweight champion Barry McGuigan will go for his 19th consecutive knockout against former world champ Juan Laporte. And from the Netherlands, the World Sprint Speed Skating Championships. In the weeks ahead, gold medalist Mary Lou Retton will display her championship form at the American Cup Gymnastics meet. Olympic champion Bill Johnson will defend his title in America's downhill. And Katarina Witt will try to extend her reign at the World Figure Skating Championships. All coming up on CBS Sports Saturday and Sunday. This is CBS.
Back a few years, this bank just didn't have anyone like me, a telecommunications manager. But now there are more customers, more customer services, electronic banking, sophisticated marketing. To stay on top of this job, I've got to move the right information to the right people and get it there fast.
Welcome to California Business on the Move. Welcome to the Pacific Bell Network. We're here to help you choose from a vast array of communication services and then tailor a system that delivers your business information when and where it's needed. Whether you want telemarketing to sell your products more efficiently or cut down on your paperwork, we're here to help make your business better.
When I've got the right information to help the people here do their jobs better, well, then I know I'm doing my job.
Welcome to California Business on the Move. Welcome to the Pacific Bell Network of Services. We're here to help make your business better.
Hi.
I'm looking for a turbo laser.
Right here.
But in black.
Black.
Although, I really like that new Horizon.
There.
But, silver.
Silver.
Can I get fast financing?
Fast enough?
And a good deal?
The best.
Wait, maybe a Voyager.
Voyager.
But in white.
White.
In blue.
Just tell us what you want.
With automatic.
At your Southern California Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
White walls. Does it come?
Skin creams, do they work? Tomorrow at 5.
Pat O'Brien back in the Forum in Southern California. We have a final score for you now as Milwaukee has defeated Chicago 125-105. Red-hot Michael Jordan had 26 points, but it wasn't enough. Some other sports news for you now this afternoon. Earlier today, many of you probably saw the Daytona 500 on CBS, and when it was over, Bill Elliott was the winner with the average speed of over 172 miles an hour. Lake Speed, I like that name, was second, and Darrell Waltrip was third. Meantime, in Hamar, Norway, there was a big surprise in the final day of competition at the Men's World Speed Skating Championships, and here's Eric Heiden.
It was a bone-chilling 10 degrees in Hamar, Norway for the final day of the Men's World Speed Skating Championships. America's Dave Silk was 8th overall, entering today's final 2 races, and assistant coach Michael Crow was optimistic.
I think Dave could possibly get a medal in the 10,000s.
In the 1500, Silk didn't figure to move up. In fact, he was just looking to maintain his overall position, knowing the 10,000 meter, his stronger event, was still to come. His effort accomplished just that, leaving him in 8th with 1 event to go.
How about the 10,000 coming up? What do you hope to do in that? I just want to have a good race, feel good, and get in top 5. I think I can get top 5 if I have a good one.
Russia's Ole Borzev, second coming into the 1500, was paired with Victor Shishirin, who fell early in the race. It didn't affect Borzev, the 23-year-old from Moscow, who went on to set a track record and temporarily take first place in the overall. That didn't last long. In the very next race, Hein Vergeer of the Netherlands came close enough to Borzev's time to retake first place after 3 distances, with the grueling 10,000 meter remaining. At 6 1/4 miles, the 10,000 meter is a hard way to finish a tough weekend, believe me. But for Dave Silk, pain turned to pleasure as he topped his previous best time, finished second in the event, and moved up to 6th overall. The only remaining suspense was whether Hein Vergeer on the left would do well enough in the 10,000 to maintain his first overall. Known more as a sprinter, Vergeer did just that, igniting a Dutch celebration with a distinct New Orleans flavor. For America's Dave Silk, it was also a memorable weekend. Competing in his first World Championships, Silk took a silver in the 10,000 meter while finishing 6th overall. This is Eric Heiden, CBS Sports.
Okay, let's go from speed to power now. Ralph Sampson, the power forward from Houston and half of the Twin Towers, took a big turn in his professional career last week when he was named MVP in the NBA All-Star game. Now, if there was any doubt about Ralph as a superstar in the making, it was really all erased out there in the Hoosier Dome. Ralph Sampson's game pace was evident long before the start of the All-Star game, and while some might have been overwhelmed by this, not Ralph.
Even all the first couple times that you play him, it's a lot of excitement, it's a lot of hype, but the game is getting ready to start now. You just get it out your mind. Once the ball goes up, it's time to play.
Sampson not only came to play, he brought along a playmate named Irvin Magic Johnson. The dynamic duo led the West to victory and made you wonder what would happen if they always played together.
Well, if I was playing with Ralph Sampson night in and night out, I'd probably average about 25 assists, and it would be some exciting plays. He'd probably average about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dunks.
Well, Sampson dunked his way to the Most Valuable Player Award, an honor he recognizes as the start of something big.
The most valuable player in the All-Star game means that I was the best on that day. It means a lot in my career. Hopefully I can win a lot more. It's only one of hopefully many. And if I can accomplish some things and be the player I can be, then there will be a lot more.
Tuesday night, the MVP returned to Houston, a hero. And his performance was definitely all-star, and his opponents are taking notice.
Even though I like Ralph and everything, and we have fun in the All-Star game, it might be later on in the playoff we might have to play against him. And I don't know if I like that too much, you know.
The Magic Man. Ralph Sampson had 41 points and 21 rebounds last night. He's setting a trend in that power forward position. Now, a couple of trendsetters themselves, Dick Stockton and Tommy Heinsohn, are ready to go back to work. I'm Pat O'Brien. Thank you for joining us at the half. Enjoy the second half here on CBS.
New business. Care recognizes Brother Lampard.
Yeah, I got a question about this beer that Brother Hollowell's been buying for the lodge.
This expensive brew, Meister Brew?
According to the guys down to the plant, it's not expensive. Just tastes expensive.
Oh?
So what's Hallowell doing with all the money he claims to spend on beer?
Well, let's just ask him. Hallowell? Hey, where's Hallowell? Hallowell?
Hi, Hallowell.
Meisterbrow, it only tastes expensive.
Working hard doesn't have to mean perspiration odor. Give it all you've got. Right Guard Spray can help keep you smelling good for up to 24 hours. That's protection.
You work hard, you need Right Guard.
They're gonna love you. May I help you? I doubt it.
He's looking for a personal computer.
Must run all the top software. Sure.
Easy to use, easy to add on.
Of course.
Great graphics, a good keyboard.
Oh, yes.
And a good price.
Finished?
I'd be very surprised if you had one like that.
Ta-da! The NCR PC4.
Does all that?
Surprised?
No. NCR's been in computers for 30 years.
I know that. I just thought you'd be surprised.
I'll take 12.
12?
Surprised?
Yes.
A better computer. It's exactly what you'd expect from NCR.
I wish there could be a fast break in the fight against retinitis pigmentosa, but medical research takes time and patience. For years, the RP Foundation Fighting Blindness has led the fight to stop RP and related eye diseases from blinding hundreds of thousands of people. For information about RP research or the centers near you, call toll-free 1-800-638-2300. The RP Foundation Fighting Blindness, 1-800-638-2300.
It's been a well-played game here at the Forum with the Celtics leading the Lakers by 3. But Tommy Heinsohn, as everyone knows, if the Lakers are going to succeed in any game, they've got to have that fast break really moving.
When they are pushing the ball up the court, Dick, they really have something. And here's the shot, a little pick-off, and up comes Scott. But watch all those quick people get up the court. Kareem is already out on the wing, and it's inside passing that the Lakers do so well.
Larry Bird, 22 points. They have not been able to stop him.
Well, he's been offensive rebounding. Here you see him pulling one down and putting it back up. But he's been playing the total game for Boston. His outside shooting was exceptional in the first half. Help open up the inside. But now you're going to see a beautiful pass inside as Kareem adjusts and opens up Parrish's game. So he's making a lot of things happen for the Celtics.
All right, now the rebounding statistics show Boston leading 23-15. The Celtics leading there, and there's the turnover story as well. But the bigger story for the Boston Celtics, and the shooting has been superb, is the fact that Robert Parrish has a sprained left ankle and is not expected to return to the ball game. The scoring leaders right now, Bird with 22, Magic Johnson 17. So Greg Kite, the man who you were talking about, who really has been played sparingly, could get the test in the second half.
Well, he probably will play quite a few minutes in the second half, although McHale undoubtedly will start. But Kite's lacing up his sneakers, I see already, pretty tightly on that sideline, anticipating he's going to play.
So we're underway in the third. Byron Scott on Danny Ainge, Rambis on Maxwell, Worthy on Bird, and Maxwell misses the first shot of this second half. The Lakers trying to push it up with the Magic. Biggest lead in the game. The Lakers had a 7-point lead just before the end of the first period. Last year, the Lakers won both meetings between these clubs. Kareem. And it's a 1-point Boston lead.
Boy, nice pass by Magic to Jabbar. At least I think it was a pass.
McHale starting at center. Inside Maxwell, and Cedric Maxwell with 10 points in the ball game. Dennis Johnson has 12 for Boston. Besides Magic 17, Byron Scott, red-hot shooter, 14 points for the Lakers. Like the Lakers' scoring has been dominated by their guards. Magic fall away, was pushed, and will go to the line to shoot a pair.
I tell you, Larry Bird is doing a rather unusual thing. He's leaving anybody he's guarding to go in there and double team on Jabbar. And when you leave Worthy, you're leaving a heck of an offensive rebound.
Danny Ainge has 4 personal fouls as a result of that push. So now the Celtics could find themselves with a depth problem, and they're going to have to call on Carlo M.L. Carr. M.L. Carr, who last year stole the ball, sealed the Laker doom in Game 4, and they remember here at the Forum, don't they?
Well, he's one of those contented guys on the bench. He knows that he can fulfill some of the things Casey Jones wants by just being physical out there, and he's going to be physical.
Some people say even belligerent. Lakers trail by 1. Celtics less than 2 minutes gone by here in this second half. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at the Forum. M.L. Carr takes too many steps, and the crowd loves that turnover.
Doesn't phase M.L. though. He's an affable belligerence he has.
Johnson runs him into a pick. He fights through it. Kareem against McHale. What can McHale do defensively against Kareem? Much?
Not too much. It's just shade his shooting side, hang on his left shoulder perhaps to try and destroy his rhythm, because McHale is way shorter than Kareem.
M.L. Carr with his outside variety. Rambis gets the rebound. Outlet nicely to Worthy. It's 3-on-2, and it's Worthy. Will go to the line to shoot 2, and while the Lakers would like the points, they don't mind going to the line and forcing another foul.
Nobody gets out on the break faster with their third man than the Lakers.
And that foul was on Dennis Johnson.
Come and get it!
8.8 annual percentage rate financing on any new 1985 Nissan truck. You can save from over $600 in interest on Nissan's lowest sticker price truck to over $1,300 depending on model and options. 8.8%, the lowest factory-sponsored truck financing around. But it won't be around for long, so hurry. 8.8% financing from Nissan to qualified buyers at participating Datsun dealers.
There's something you can use almost anywhere you travel.
Only 3 days left, counselor.
Then it's back to the courtroom in three-piece lawsuits.
It's used more than any other.
Hey, I paid last time.
For travel, shopping, entertaining, and cash.
Objection. I picked up dinner in Santa Barbara.
Overruled. Who bought supplies at Bodega Bay?
Immaterial.
There's very little you can't do with Visa.
Let's be reasonable, counselor. You buy.
It's all you need.
Where you have your IRA can be as important as the IRA itself. Does your financial institution offer the strength of one of the country's largest bank systems? First Interstate Bank does. Are you getting a choice of IRAs in over 1,000 offices in 14 states? You are with First Interstate. And can you consolidate all of your IRAs in one place and even borrow money for an IRA? If you can, your IRA is in only one place, the right place, First Interstate Bank.
Wednesday, who's behind the baffling murders at a home for wayward boys? Betty Davis stars with Helen Hayes as Miss Marple in Agatha Christie's Murder with Mirrors.
The big story in Game 5 of the World Championship Series, the oppressive heat inside Boston Garden. But it's the Celtics who are the hot team. Larry Bird scores 34 points on his way to a playoff Most Valuable Player award. The Celtics take a 3-2 lead, forcing L.A. to go home with their backs to the wall. That's what it was like a year ago, and it's a new year. The Celtics with the best record in the NBA, and the Lakers not being challenged very much in the West. In fact, what they have to do now, outside of games like these, which are natural to get up for, Tommy, are the little small motivational goals that they try to set for themselves.
Pat Riley has set some goals for them that are easily reachable. Pulled the other team to 47% shooting, 37 rebounds a game. They're not that far off.
Byron Scott, he's hot today. He has 16 points, 8 for 9 from the field, and it's been the backcourt, as we said. Magic Johnson and Byron Scott, 35 points between them. Under 10 minutes remaining. And a turnover, good save by Kareem. Lakers by 4. They've scored 7 in a row. Now make it 9. Magic Johnson, 21 points. Lakers trying to take advantage of the absence of Robert Parrish from the Boston lineup. Celtics a little sloppy right now offensively, and they're going to call Worthy for a foul on Maxwell holding.
We're going to see Kareem really hustling on this to save it. That's not bad for a 37-year-old center. Now watch Magic come up here, puts it behind his back. Look at Maxwell, who's not supposed to try and stop him, is forced to try and stop him as he goes behind his back against ML Carr.
Dennis Johnson. And a whistle away from the ball, a loose ball foul. Called against Cedric Maxwell of the Celtics, and Casey Jones ponders things. Pat Riley, who won an all-star game last week. He beat Philadelphia on this floor, trying to gain a measure of some of the Eastern powers. 6-point lead for the Lakers. Their biggest lead was 7. But the turnover, Larry Bird, uncontested. 24 for Larry.
Larry Bird just absolutely played that play, knew what was happening, and switched, got right in the passing lane. Beautiful steal.
He scored 24, but his defensive play has been superlative.
His all-around game has been superlative.
Another steal. ML Carr. Dennis Johnson. And Dennis Johnson is fouled and will go to the line, and the Celtics, with their defense, causing a couple of turnovers and converting.
Magic was harassed that time by ML Carr, who actually took the ball away from him to help start that fast break. Dennis Johnson has had a really outstanding season this year for the Celtics. He's probably the most confident player I've seen in a long time shoot from the outside that they've had.
But he's been cold lately, just over 30% in his last 2 games. But today, Dennis Johnson has 13 points.
But I think, Dick, that perhaps he's a little tired because they've been searching for that third guard, and he's played an awful lot of minutes. They find him. I think his outside game will come back.
He's 6 for 12 in this ball game. 8:20 remaining in the third period. The Lakers' lead has been cut to 2. 7 points has been the biggest margin for anyone in this ballgame. Illegal defense called against Boston. That's the second one, so that means a technical foul has been leveled against the Boston Celtics. And Magic Johnson will go to the line. Cedric Maxwell was caught in no man's land.
Yeah, he should have been out above the foul line because his man, James Worthy, was out above the foul circle. You know, the top of the circle, which means that he had to be out there above the foul line, and he wasn't.
Worthy will inbound. ML Carr is on Dennis Johnson. Now they have a mismatch in a switch. Dennis Johnson trying to get back to Magic. Kareem, meanwhile, hits the skyhook. He's got 13. He's been in double figures for 591 consecutive games in his career.
Well, they better figure out a way to do something against Kareem, the double teams.
ML Carr. And Rambis has position. And Carr fouls Magic Johnson. That's not a good matchup for the Celtics.
No, but ML Carr will get a little physical, and that's what they want. A little bump and perhaps an extra rebounder from the guard spot now that Parrish is out of the game.
Foul is on Carr. Worthy using a Kareem screen. Passes it right back. Abdul-Jabbar misses. And now it's Bird. 5-point lead for L.A. Dennis Johnson over Byron Scott. And again, a rebound by Rambis. He's got 9. Maxwell loses it. Laker ball. This may be the most excited I've seen this crowd since games 3 and 6 of the playoffs last year.
And maybe since they won the championship, Dick. Really have to move that ball now, though. As where they move it to is this guy, without Parrish in there, is getting the absolute position that he wants.
Under 7 minutes to go in this third period. Bird is in three-point territory. They double him. Who's open? Dennis Johnson with a screen from McHale. The Celtics a bit cold, and the Lakers 5-point lead. Scott and Maxwell knocked it away. Otherwise, Rambis would have been in for 2 more points.
Here comes an inside to. They're trying to help out on Jabbar. Watch Bird come over to help out. But now watch what happens up the other end.
I've never been in a room so hot. It's like a sauna.
We're sorry, sir. We're having troubles with the heat.
No, I'm having a problem with the heat. There's got to be a way to turn it down.
We've had a number of complaints. The thermostat's behind the drape.
Behind the drape?
You'll find a plastic knob with little gold numbers.
Great.
And just turn it to the left, and in just a few minutes, your room will be cool and comfortable.
Next time, Ramada.
Sir.
Where they know how to take care of business.
Sir.
Introducing Riuniti Spumante. More taste than champagne. Bill Evans can't breathe.
My nose is so stuffed, air can't get through.
Prove it. Would you try Dristan long-lasting nasal spray?
I'll try anything.
It can give you relief in seconds that lasts all day. Can you breathe now?
I think so.
Prove it. Still breathing freely?
Yeah.
Prove it. Prove it to yourself. Dristan Long Lasting goes to work in seconds, lasts all day. Or try Dristan Regular.
To win at Doral, one must conquer the elements and the imposing Blue Monster. The 24th Doral Open next weekend, live on CBS Sports.
The atmosphere has been electric inside the Forum, but in the Laker dressing room, perhaps a different story. Let's go to Pat O'Brien.
All right, thank you very much, Dick. It is kind of quiet back here. Jamal Wilkes, who is out with a torn ligament in his knee. Why do you sit back here and watch the game?
Well, Pat, my legs have a full leg cast, and it doesn't bend too well, and I don't move around too well. And as you can see, I'm not dressed, so I just feel a little bit more comfortable sitting back here watching the game.
When do your doctors say you'll be able to play again, Jamal?
Well, at this point, they're very optimistic next season I'll be playing. I have torn ligaments in my knee, and we're hoping that it heals now.
Quickly, what about this game?
Great game. Go, Lakers, go.
Okay, cheering from the locker room. Back to you, Dick.
All right, Pat. Jamal Wilkes was really getting back in style before the injury. Now the Celtics have gone to their third center, Greg Kite. Greg Kite is in the game. Celtics on the break. Kevin McHale, and goaltending is called. Credit the basket to McHale. 73-70 the score, so we're going to get a look at the man who's in his second year from Brigham Young, Greg Kite, wearing number 50. Carlos Clark also in there for the Celtics, Tommy.
A lot of bench coming in right now that hasn't produced an awful lot for the Celtics, but here they are right now doing some damage on the boards.
6 minutes to go in the third period. And the Celtics have been struggling offensively.
Yeah, they usually count on McHale to match up against one of the forwards. Now he has to match up against Kareem in that low post. That's tough for him to score in there.
He goes to the hoop hard and gets the basket. Kevin McHale, doing what he can, has 9 points.
Now, the other matchup will be Kite against Rambis. Will they use that? Who knows?
Greg Kite from Brigham Young showed some promise, particularly around the hoop in his limited action last year. They double team Kite and McHale on Kareem. What a pass into James Worthy with 2 big men on him.
Boy, that was super smart play by Kareem. He let the first cutter go through, made the defense pick him up, and then let Worthy slide in wide open.
75-72, the Lakers lead. Looking for a split in the season series between the teams, and McHale has hit 3 in a row now. Pat Riley gets off the bench, and it's a 1-point lead again.
But not from the low post, Dick. They're taking Kareem outside, and McHale is going to play him a little bit like a power forward, playing him outside more.
Kareem is fouled by Kevin McHale.
That's the way you got to try to save Kareem. Get on that shoulder. Here is the pass by Kareem that was so good. Watch Bird has to take Rambis, and then Worthy just slides in. He was waiting for Worthy, the second man, to slide in. Heads-up play by Kareem, and he's as good a passer in his own way as Larry Bird is.
Foul is on McHale. Team fouls. The Celtics are already in the penalty with 5. The Lakers have 2. Kareem had 33 points against the Celtics in the earlier game at Boston Garden. Robert Parrish, not returning, has a sprained right ankle. And so the Celtics having to make some adjustments and go deeper into their bench than they normally like. Bird. You're going to see more of that, I think.
Well, with the double team, he still took that fall away, made it happen.
26 for Larry Bird. Lakers by 1. Greg Kite is guarding Kareem. Foul before the shot on Greg Kite. And Kareem will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Greg Kite put the muscle on Jabbar that time, making sure that he wouldn't get an easy one. But Jabbar is so wily, he just spins off it. Watch it here. Here's Kite, never gives up an inch of muscle. And Jabbar said, hey, if you're going to bang me like that, I'm just going to use you and spin off. That's why the inexperience is tough to use in a key game. Old pros take advantage of it.
One man who hasn't played for Casey Jones is Quinn Buckner in this game.
That's kind of surprising because Quinn has played probably more than Carlos Clark in the last few games as the third guy.
Tell you one thing, his attitude has been terrific.
Always has been. Quinn's the winner in every sense of the word.
78-76 Lakers with 4:15 remaining. Bird almost tied up. Sprawling defense by the Lakers. Doubling all over the place. And they call the Lakers with their first illegal defense call. That's a warning.
That was their 1-3-1 half-court zone press. And they got caught that time for an illegal defense. Now, they caught Boston a little bit unaware.
It was Kurt Rambis Winding down to 4 minutes to go in the third period. Celtics trying to tie the game and force the 9th tie we've had. But traveling call against Kevin McHale, and they turn it over. The Celtics, surprisingly, have outscored the Lakers through the bench, and the big man, McHale, has 11, as he normally does coming off the bench.
Well, they're trying to run him outside against Jabbar and play him like a forward. Make Jabbar bend his knees on defense. He's gotten a couple of hoops out of it, but also a traveling violation.
Kick ball, and the Lakers will inbound from the side. 3:47 remaining in the third period. Carlos Clark is on Magic Johnson. No basket in the foul before the shot. What a tough assignment for Clark on Magic Johnson and Greg Kite on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, two players that are very unheralded, to have to go in and play two of the superstars of the game is not an easy job. Clark was really outmanned by Magic Johnson. He's got so much more size, but I think that's why Casey Jones is using Clark. He's a little bit more physical. We're looking at Kite now, who also has a tough job, just trying to stay with Rambit. They're still letting McHale guard Jabbar.
Lakers by 4. That's how much time remains in the third. Magic Johnson, 24, leading the Lakers. Larry Bird, 26. High score in the game. They double Bird. Dennis Johnson. McHale was left open momentarily. He's got to battle Kareem inside. Not a good, enviable assignment for Kevin. Johnson puts a move on Scott. And Kareem bats it to the side where Byron Scott saves it for the Lakers. Lakers by 4. Off the mark for Magic. But there's Rambit. Kite gets his rebound. Dennis Johnson to Bird to McHale. Talk about Laker open court play. It was the Celtic brand.
Nice pass by Larry Bird, boy.
McAdoo will come back in soon, so will Cooper. 2:38 to go, and a Boston foul.
Here it comes up the other end. Rambis misses the shot, but as Kite getting the rebound, nice outlet to Bird, and Bird 1, 2, 3 to McHale.
And Cooper and McAdoo come in for L.A.
Vladimir! Where is Comrade Petrenko?
What is commotion?
This beer Petrenko buys for embassy.
Meisterbrow, expensive capitalist beer.
Yet, our operatives tell me is not expensive. Only tastes expensive.
Then what he's doing with money he says he spends on beer?
I want to buy big American automobile with tail fins.
Meisterbrow, it only tastes expensive.
You're just gonna walk in and see the mayor?
Yeah, that's right.
Most of us don't fight the powers that be.
Can I ask you a question?
Most of us don't challenge the system when it's wrong. Jimmy Lynch isn't like most of us.
You can't do anything more than you've already done.
Oh, yes, I can. I can do what I plan.
Even when the odds are against him, he knows he can make a difference. Timothy Hutton is Turk 182, rated PG-13. Now playing at a selected theater near you.
It's hard to say goodbye to a man who wears Brut. Cologne, aftershave, deodorant. The great smell of Brut by Fabergé.
European featherweight champion Barry McGuigan goes for his 19th straight knockout against Juan Laporte. Plus, the World Sprint Speed Skating Championships next weekend on CBS Sports Saturday.
And every once in a while, the setting of a sports event is a natural. That'll be the case next weekend, CBS Sports Saturday, when Barry McGuigan, who fights out of Belfast, the European featherweight champion, will be fighting in his native Ireland, try to extend his amazing consecutive knockout string to 19 against former world champion Juan Laporte, plus the World Sprint Speed Skating Championships, 4:30 Eastern, next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Well, Dick, surprisingly, what's going on now, the Celtics are climbing back by going to a matchup that you'd never expect to happen a lot in a ball game. McHale against Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. McHale has normally been, you know, a sometimes center as a backup to Parrish. But what they're doing is using McHale to come outside and make Jabbar play defense outside. Now, a key thing is Bird sitting on the bench. What happens now without that good outside shooter?
Well, Scott Wedman is coming in the ball game, and Wedman hit 2 baskets, and they're going to have to depend on him in this instance, wouldn't you think?
But they were also counting so much on Larry Bird to create those opportunities for McHale.
The rebounding story, which will follow, because that has really been the key to the fortunes of these teams. The Celtics with the edge. In fact, Boston had the rebounding edge even when the Lakers had the lead, which might have been important of things to come early. 2:24 remaining in the third. Magic Johnson guarding Dennis Johnson. Wedman on a fake. Celtics will need the outside shooting. Cooper gets the rebound. He's doubled. And the Lakers leading by 4. Worthy spinning in against Wedman, who plays him well. McAdoo with 2 minutes to go. Banks it in. 6-point lead for L.A. The Celtics forced to go to their bench with strange combinations because of the loss of Robert Parrish, who has a sprained ankle, not played at all in the second half. And they're going to call a Boston foul on Greg Kite.
Here's the second-year player, Kite, trying to set a pick. DJ coming over to use it. He slides around, and then they call a foul. He didn't wait till the man had passed him.
1:35 and 14 on the shot clock. Lakers on a roll, trying to establish something going into the 4th period. Against the second-year man, Worthy gets free on the weak side.
Now that's where you got a big problem. If you're going to double, you better find out who's open on the weak side.
Biggest lead of the ball game for the Lakers, who are looking awfully good right now. Scott Wedman comes back and hits, and that's a big basket.
Stems that momentum, but Celtics will have to play stiff defense right now.
Winding down to 1 minute to go in the period, and a turnover will give the ball over to Boston. The Lakers on a roll. The turnovers can kill you, and Boston coming back right now with a chance to narrow the 6-point deficit. Michael Cooper, one of the best defensively, on Dennis Johnson. McAdoo, 6'11" on Carlos Clark. Mismatch somewhere else is Worthy on Wedman, I think. Magic is on Greg Kite. Dennis Johnson got it off at the buzzer, but not a good shot. He's missed his last 6. And here's Cooper. They were pulling at Kevin McHale's jersey, and someone's going to have to pay for it.
Here's Kareem's great pass, and Wedman makes the double team, but allows Worthy underneath all alone. Dennis Johnson and the other guard, Carlos Clark, should have been trying to help out on that one a little bit from up on top.
It was James Worthy who had his 3rd foul. Here is Mike McGee. Point a minute, Mike McGee, if you average out what he has scored to the minutes he's played. James Worthy sits down. Worthy has scored 14 in the ball game. 17 on the shot clock. There's a 3-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Celtics trailing the Lakers by 6. Important game for the Lakers' psyche, to say the least. And pass, last touch by Kareem. Hugh Holland says it's Boston's ball.
Now they call a foul on Kareem, Dick, because Kareem was draped all over McHale.
You're right, 3 on Kareem.
I thought they were just going to give him the ball, but they call a foul on Kareem. You know, when you get a 7'3" guy draping over you, trying to protect the passing lane, that's a heck of a drape.
Look at that. Boston has gone to the line 11 times, and now 10 fewer than the Lakers.
But I think the reason, Dick, is the fact that the Lakers have taken the ball to the basket a lot more than the Celtics have been able to do. Boston has been settling more for outside shots than the Lakers have been.
And McHale is 6 for 6. He hits the free throws. He's got 15 in the ball game. 3 seconds to go. Carlos Clark fires it over, and that's the end of the 3rd period with the score. The Lakers 86, the Celtics 82. We'll return after this word from your local station.
This is CBS. Cruise the Caribbean tomorrow night, 7:30.
Winning in basketball takes control. Winning in life also takes control. I'm Isaiah Thomas, and this is my mom. Together we have everything under control.
That's right. Isaiah have his basketball under control, and I have my high blood pressure under control.
Call the American Heart Association to see how you can help control high blood pressure.
Even when Isaiah was a baby, he was quite a dribbler.
I was?
Yes, you dribble your milk.
The American Heart Association, we're fighting for your life.
Today's game between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers is sponsored by light beer from Miller, everything you've always wanted in a beer, and less. Century 21 Real Estate Organization. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken. We do chicken right.
Along with Tom Heinsohn, Dick Stockton here at the Forum in Inglewood. The Lakers are leading 86-82 as we start the fourth period, and if it's consolation at all to the Lakers, the Boston Celtics record when they are leading after 3 periods this year is 35-0. But they're not leading as we go to the fourth. Larry Bird back in the ball game. He's 26 points. Cooper in the backcourt, along with Magic Johnson and Bob McAdoo.
He is such a great force. That pop out from the center position to hit that 18-footer. What another dimension he adds to this club and the Lakers.
6-point lead for the Lakers, who have won 6 in a row and 11 of 13 since they lost to the Celtics at Boston Garden. Perimeter shooting our lineman for the Celtics. Dennis Johnson will go to the line. He is fouled. Bob McAdoo. 3 on McAdoo. Team fouls or personals. Worthy, Abdul-Jabbar, Scott, and McAdoo have 3 for the Lakers. Danny Ainge has 4 for Boston. Kevin McHale is 3.
Well, they're making the Celtics work, these Lakers, for everything they get right now. At that time, they forced the Celtics 3 times to move the ball around. They tried to go to Larry Bird, Cooper, and McGee doubled them. And finally, the ball did get over to Dennis Johnson, but it's not easy baskets right now the Celtics are getting.
Well, recently, for the Lakers, it's been their defense, and that's spurred their running game. They played good defense again today. L.A. by 4. Less than 1 minute gone by in this final period. Larry Bird, who has been simply marvelous on defense this afternoon.
Simply marvelous.
Maxwell out to Danny Ainge. You shoot over Magic.
Sounds like tea time here, Dick. Simply marvelous.
Well, it is tea time, as a matter of fact. Ainge. Danny Ainge, they're going to need his outside shooting, too. Lakers coming right back. Cooper. Rambis posting up Bird. McGee out at the top. And McAdoo is fouled by McHale, who picks up his 4th personal foul.
Here's Bird having to pick up Magic Johnson and steps back and knows that Magic's going to try and pass it. That's one of those heady plays that you hear people talk about Bird making.
McAdoo is on the line. 4 fouls on Kevin McHale. If he gets into foul trouble, the Lakers Celtics really have a problem. Worthy is back in the ball game, and Magic Johnson goes out. He has scored 24 to lead the Laker cause.
He needs a real rest for all that pushing up the court. That really requires a tremendous amount of stamina to force the pace of a game as much as he does.
Keep in mind, we have these Lakers against the New York Knicks next Sunday at 12 noon Eastern time. On the surface, it would be a mismatch, but Hubie Brown's Knicks always seem to play the Lakers tough. And I'll tell you what, I'd pay anything to see Bernard King play.
He is one of the great ones.
10.5 to play. 4th period. Maxwell is hit. Rambis looks like he has a halo over his head.
Superman got caught.
3 on Kirk.
Well, they got caught in a little not talking situation on when to switch or what. And it ended up Maxwell was all alone underneath. But by and large, this Laker defense has been very effective.
Maxwell with the free throw. M.L. Carr back in, replacing Dennis Johnson. Strictly to give Dennis a rest. He has scored 16 points, has Johnson, with 8 assists. Lead is cut to 2, 90-88. The Lakers. Plenty of time, though. Ainge all over Cooper. Taking it to the hoop. Worthy. Larry Bird was guarding him. Let's see who they call the foul on, and it will be on Larry Bird, his third.
Larry Bird knew that he was a dead duck as soon as Worthy started to put it on the floor and gave him that up fake. Worthy is so quick, and that's the type of play a Bird has trouble with, those real quick ones. And rather than give him an easy hoop and a three-point play, he just made sure that he'd only get 2 free throws for 2 points.
You talk about a future all-star. James Worthy is one.
Boy, he is tough. He is really, really tough in that low post.
Nearly 2 minutes gone by in this fourth period. Cooper overplaying Bird. And we have a foul against the Boston. Against the Lakers, Kurt Rambis. So we have the matchup now of Cooper on Larry Bird.
That's a tough one for Bird. He might try to take him inside, but the guy that they're going to is either McHale or Maxwell.
Celtics trying to find some combination. They miss Parrish, there's no question. Ainge, Worthy the rebound, but I don't think that even if they had Robert Parrish, this game would be any different right now the way the Lakers are.
I don't believe so.
McGee, second effort fails, and Cooper blocks the pass from Bird. A lot of hands in the play, right? Worthy. And McHale gets the rebound. 3-on-2 for Boston. M.L. Carr to wide open Danny Ainge. Carr keeps it going.
Well, they had McHale just steaming down the lane for an easy one.
They missed him. 9 minutes remaining. Larry Bird pushes off Cooper. And Cooper has some words for Bird.
There you see it. Bird is trying to get in front of Michael Cooper, nudges him with the elbow, and Cooper didn't like it, and I don't blame him.
Giving that extra effort makes winners. The All-You-Can-Be, sponsored by the U.S. Army. Tom Chambers, a rugged 6'10" power forward with great leaping ability and a feisty attitude, gives the Seattle Supersonics a versatile offensive threat. Chambers can draw opposing forwards outside with a sweet shooting touch. But the former first-round pick from Utah specializes in driving the lane or finishing the break with a thunderous slam dunk. Always looking for the big play, Tom Chambers strives to be the best he can be.
If you're wondering about your future, listen to some people who are sure about theirs.
The Army pointed the way, and I'm going somewhere.
Right now, I'm moving towards my future.
We're getting stronger every day.
All you need is ambition.
I wanted the biggest challenge I can get my hands on.
I'm learning, training, moving.
All that you can be.
My future looks great.
Find your future in the Army.
I'm glad I'm here.
Game of the 1984 NBA World Championship Series. After LA stayed alive, the Celtics, who had never lost the 7th game of a championship series, kept their record clean. They polished off the Lakers for their 15th world title. And next week, it'll be the Lakers against the New York Knicks. Bernard King, the leading scorer in the NBA, and Hubie Brown with his exciting trapping defense, always causing fits against the Lakers. That'll be 12 noon Eastern. You know, Tommy, I think this game has a lot of the overtones of last year's championship. It's a playoff-style game, and as we saw with Bird and Cooper, that emotion coming to the surface as well.
Well, any two teams that fought as fiercely for the championship as these two teams did last year, there's got to be a lot of emotion left over. And Bird is a fierce competitor. He's going to try and intimidate anybody. But you don't intimidate Michael Cooper.
Under 9 minutes remaining, as you see in this fourth period. Carr is on Magic Johnson. Ainge trying to tie up Abdul-Jabbar. 8 seconds on the 24-second clock. Worthy's turnaround.
Well, that was a tough shot by Worthy. Looked off the double team. And again, with a great leaping ability, just shot right over Bird. Big hoop.
Lakers by 6. Bird coming right back. And a loose ball foul against Boston. Holding on Johnson. Magic Johnson was held. Cedric Maxwell.
That's a dumb foul by Maxwell, I'll tell you. He yanked his arm down. You'd have to be blind, the referee, to not to see that one.
Wedman gets off the Boston bench. So does Dennis Johnson, and now they call the foul the other way against the Lakers. Coming into the ball game is Dennis Johnson and Scott Wedman for Boston. Foul was on Kareem. His
trying
fourth.
to get through a pick is tough doing, but watch Kareem muscling him out of the way. And that's a foul too, Kareem.
4 for Abdul-Jabbar. No one has 5 yet. Nearly 8 minutes remain. Bird on a feed from Ainge gets the basket and a foul, and Bird with a good pass from Danny Ainge, and the Celtics come back.
Danny Ainge positioned up beautifully down on the sideline so that he could have a good passing angle to help Bird just swoop by Michael Cooper. Cooper was playing denied defense, trying to keep it away from Bird, but as Ainge slid down the sideline, it opened up the passing angle to help Bird make the attack on the basket.
Trying to cut the Laker lead to 3, and keep in mind the Lakers, who feel that they themselves lost last year. The Boston people feel otherwise in the first game. I don't think they can think of squandering a lead against this team at this stage. Do you?
Well, they have this gentleman right here, James Worthy, pretty tough inside.
Boston coming back, though, can cut the Laker lead to 1. It's 94-91. McHale blocked by McAdoo. And keep in mind, the Lakers, who feel that they themselves lost last year. The Boston people feel otherwise in the first game. I don't think they can think of squandering a lead against this team at this stage. Do you?
Well, they have this gentleman right here, James Worthy, pretty tough inside.
Boston coming back, though, can cut the Laker lead to 1. It's 94-91. McHale blocked by McAdoo. Dennis Johnson, and it's a 1-point Laker lead. Pat Riley has to be mulling a timeout situation. He doesn't yet. It's under 7.5 to play. McAdoo comes right back. And the Boston Celtics can take the lead here. Johnson lost it. Here's Magic. You think Magic wants this one?
I think Magic wants it. I think everybody with the yellow jersey wants it.
Magic has been gone 70 miles an hour to the hoop all day, every chance he's got.
All right, look at Kareem out there challenging passes around. That's the guy that really wants it.
Bird over Cooper hits. Larry Bird. We are seeing guys who want the ball, and I don't mean in the last minute, but want the ball in the last 7. Bird, with 31 points, goes over the 30-point mark for the 21st time this year. McAdoo. Boston can take the lead. Wedman. Johnson wide open. And now Pat Riley wants the timeout. And M.L. Carr rubs it in a little.
I have taken on many fighters and tried many beers. One beer isn't a class by itself. Light beer from Miller. Light tastes great, and it's less filling. It weighs in at 1/3 less calories than the regular beer. Yes, I discovered your greatest beer, but I never met your greatest fighter. Hey, who's this Billy Martin anyway?
Billy Martin? He's warm, he's gentle, good looking too.
I got to meet this guy.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Celebrate the savings during Sears Washington's Birthday 2-day sale. Save 40 to 50% on these Craftsman power tools. Choose from this 1-horsepower router, only $39.99. Or this 7¼ circular saw, only $44.99. Stock up on Sears 10W40 motor oil, half price at only 59 cents a quart. And save $7 on Sears Easy Living satin flat paint, now just $9.99. So hurry to Sears.
There's more for your life
During the 2-day sale.
at Sears.
The essence of climbing. John Barker.
You gotta know the rock, every inch of it. But what gets you over is a feeling that says you're going all the way.
The essence of shaving.
This is the Gillette Good News disposable razor. Light, easy to handle, twin blades. But what Good News is really all about is a feeling. A feeling you only get from Gillette.
Good News and Good News Pivot from Gillette. The essence of shaving.
Since becoming #1, this could be the toughest test yet for St. John's when they visit 8th-ranked Syracuse. Regional coverage of college basketball next Saturday on CBS Sports.
The Big East may be the big conference of the year, and most of you will see St. John's against Syracuse, two of the great players. The Redmen beat DePaul 93-80, and Chris Mullen had a season high of 31 today, but Syracuse has a sensational backcourt player.
Well, Pearl Washington does a great job bringing the ball up the court, much like Magic Johnson controls the flow of the game, but that Chris Mullen, he's a Larry Bird type of player. A lot of bravery.
Celtics with their first lead since the first minute of the third period. At 97-96, the Lakers with a timeout get the lead back. Kareem to Magic Johnson.
How many times have Laker fans seen that one? Every time they double Kareem, Magic makes a beautiful cut. He gets the ball.
28 for Magic. Bird has 31. Trying to post up Worthy, and Ames missing outside. Here come the Lakers, and we'll watch the matchup situation. Bird causes another turnover. Here's Dennis Johnson. He's not going to challenge the 7-footer.
Well, and Jabbar was out there.
Big basket by Wedman. 8 points for Scott Wedman off the bench.
Well, I'll tell you, this is... How are the Celtics fast breaking in this one? Both teams in the fourth quarter still pushing it hard at each other.
10 lead changes in the ball game. McHale against Kareem. You know, that's an advantage the Lakers want to take advantage of. And there's a foul.
Here, we're going to see Jabbar that time on a double team. You know, when Danny Ainge comes down and helps out, they're trying to take away Kareem's inside game. And you got to get there quick. Some people wait till Jabbar puts the ball on the floor before they'll double team him, trying to confuse him. And some teams like Boston will confuse him by bringing a man along the baseline.
Danny Ainge has 5 personal fouls and 1 more, and he's out of the ball game.
They need his outside shooting if they hope to develop any kind of inside game with the likes of McHale or Maxwell.
Kareem is 6 of 9 right now from the line. He has scored 18 points. So has Worthy. Magic Johnson with 28 leads L.A. Dennis Johnson is second to Bird's 31 with 20.
Oh, what a rebound by Rambis.
2 misses, but the Lakers have it back, and Byron Scott. Ames outfights Worthy. It's still Boston by 1. Bird, 3-pointer. Wedman at the other side.
I'll tell you, they pushed it right at him. Got that ball to Larry Bird. If he'd hit that 3-point play, he'd like nothing better than to make it.
He's trying to sneak behind the enemy lines. Dennis Johnson did. Here's a fake on Magic. Johnson has been ice cold lately. 12 rebounds for Kurt Rambis. James Worthy with a basket and a foul after this rebound.
What a perfect example of getting out, using that speed on the fast break. Watch Worthy, the wingman. That's the forward, one of the bigger people on the floor. When you can get 3 guys out on the break like the Lakers can, that's a dynamite offense.
The Celtics had the lead, and now the Lakers on a 3-point play are up 101-99 on a 3-point play by James Worthy. We have 4.5 to play in this final period. Wedman. Kareem the rebound. Any Laker victory against the Eastern Powers has got to help them as they get set for what they expect will be another shot at the world title. They are not being challenged in the West. Kareem. Bird cleared.
But the Celtics more and more have to rely on outside shooting, which is not their forte coming down the stretch. They like to win it inside.
Under 4 minutes. Double on McHale. Someone's open. Good passing. It's Wedman. 10 for Wedman. And we have a tie ball game with 3:50 to go.
I think Dennis Johnson hurt his finger on his shooting hand, his index finger.
Magic looking inside. Kareem against the shorter McHale. It rolls off, and there's Larry Bird, who had position on Rambis. 15 boards for Larry Bird in this game.
But McHale got right on the shooting hand that time and destroyed the rhythm of Jabbar's hook shot.
Boston wants a timeout. 3:20 to go.
Remember the last time we had chicken?
Can't say as I do.
Wasn't that exciting?
Can't say as I recall.
If you didn't get excited the last time you had chicken,
You got it right. Your chicken done right.
at Kentucky Fried Chicken, we make it with a secret blend of herbs and spices.
You got it right. Your chicken done right.
Now this is exciting.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
I don't compete anymore, but I still pump iron. So after lifting a few hundred pounds, it's nice to lift one of these. Light beer from Miller. Light tastes great, and it's less filling with a third less calories than the regular beer. Now, you know, bodybuilding is hard work, but having a great body has its advantages. Sure makes it easy to pick up guys. Hi, Ronnie.
Well, hi there. What's going on here? Hey, honey, how about a lift home, huh? Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I send all kinds of stuff overnight. The one overnight express company that saves money for me is Percolator Courier.
A Purelator Courier.
Right. That's what I said.
I was paying lots more for overnight express till I switched to Pendulator Courier.
No. Purelator Courier.
Yeah, right.
With Purelator Courier, people know they get great service at great prices.
Populator Courier.
But they have a little trouble with our name. Purelator Courier. If you want to save money and get great service, remember Purelator Courier.
At the conclusion of the game, Tom and I will select the light beer most valuable player of the game. In conjunction with the award, light beer from Miller will present a check for $1,000 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in that player's name. One of the things that has bothered Pat Riley as Dancing Barry struts his stuff has been the fact, Tommy, that the Lakers have not been winning the close games. In fact, their record in games decided by 3 points or less is 3-8. That's not the kind of record in a close game for a team that is as dominant as the Lakers.
Well, I think there's an element of luck when you get down into that particular part of the ball game, and they have the #1 inside guy in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and everybody knows it. And I think that's a factor. Everybody double teams him.
McHale inside has to go up with it, traveling against McHale. Robert Parrish should not play the second half, and McHale has had to be the center against Kareem.
Now they're trying again to pull Kareem out and go by him. That time, Kareem got a little help from Magic.
We're tied at 101. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the fourth period. Sky hook. 20 for Abdul-Jabbar. They love it in the forum.
I love the way he looks off the double teams with disdain sometimes, and is passing so well that the Celtics will be reluctant to double him.
Worthy is smothering Bird, who comes back anyway with a big basket. 33, matching his number for Larry Bird. Timeout Story.
Bird is a supreme competitor. Nothing phases him until the game's over.
You know he wants the ball down the stretch. He's proven that. Double, good pass, Cooper. It goes. They double Kareem, and Cooper sailing in for the basket, and the Lakers lead again.
Well, he's made 2 great passes to Cutters. Kareem.
Bird double team with under 2 minutes to play in the fourth period. Lakers lead. Bird doubles. Dennis Johnson. He saved it. Good save by Johnson. Here's a three-pointer by Bird. And the Lakers, they take their time a bit. 1:35 remaining. Worthy. And a foul.
Here's the other Mr. Inside, Worthy. And a quick turnaround against the smaller Wedman produces 2. So they are not just looking to Kareem for the shot. They'll give it to Worthy, too.
The L.A. Lakers trying to beat the Boston Celtics as they beat the Philadelphia 76ers on their home floor. And serve notice that the Lakers, even though they lost last year, will be a formidable foe if they get to the championship round and play this team. 1:15 remaining. A 5-point Laker lead. Scott, top of the key. And they let Magic steal the rebound. The Lakers in control right now.
He's always there when he needs to be there, Magic. One of their best rebounds.
I don't know if he felt he needed anything to prove in this game. He's fouled. KC knows what it's all about right here. And Magic has put on quite a performance in this ball game.
He does such a great job of pushing that ball up, creating tempo that's so important to this ball club. You know, for him to be rattled by what people were saying about him in the playoffs last year is ridiculous.
29 for Magic Johnson. 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Timeout Boston, but the Lakers are leading by 7, and it looks awfully good for the men in gold and blue.
I still can't believe it. We told Ed at our Century 21 office everything we dreamed of in a home. Karen even put our dreams in crayon. He studied that drawing and carefully listened to us. Then through streets he knew like the back of his hand, he led us to a miracle.
It's our house.
Miracle? Not really. Just a good friend in a gold coat who helped make our dreams come true.
Would number 1 to work for you. Century 21.
Working out, sweating, gives me the edge. Afterwards, I want to feel dry and odor-free all day. Speed Stick Antiperspirant gives me an edge, too. Speed Stick's the wide stick. Goes on dry for man-size protection. Whatever game you're in, the wide stick gives you the edge.
Speed Stick Super Dry Antiperspirant.
By Menon.
Shaving's rough on sensitive skin, but after aftershave skin conditioner soothes.
Sensible care for sensitive skin. After.
By Menon.
The light beer all-stars have all had their ambitions.
Like going to the Super Bowl.
Or the World Series.
But Jay and Joey have an even greater ambition. They'd like to do the things other kids can do, but they have cerebral palsy.
So we're helping them and others like them. You can, too.
Every time you buy light beer from Miller in February, Light will make a donation to United Cerebral Palsy.
To give them a chance, the rest of us must take the first step.
Look for this display wherever light beer is sold and help us fight cerebral palsy.
This could be a very big week for Pat Riley and his lovely wife, Chris. They have a new addition to the family, a son, James Patrick. And if Pat Riley can get a son, a 7-game winning streak, and a victory over the Boston Celtics, I don't think you want more than that except for maybe a world title.
That's a great week, I'll tell you. That's a great year.
45 seconds remaining. Larry Bird had tied the game at 103 with 2:35 to go, and then Cooper Worthy with a three-point play and Magic with the free throws. Offensive foul against Boston. It was Worthy's three-point play, when you say the big one.
Absolutely. In that low post, they elected to go to him instead of Jabbar.
McHale with 5 fouls now. Lakers just want to take time as McHale. If it's McHale, that'll be 6. It is, and he's out of the ball game. Kevin McHale fouls out, 15 points. Look at the Laker fans waving the towels. It wasn't long ago we saw ML Carr do that.
I wonder if ML did get the message, huh?
What goes around comes around.
And they're right behind the Celtics bench doing it at ML, but ML doesn't seem to notice.
31 for Irvin Johnson. ML Carr, even when he's not playing, he's in the game.
Well, he's a holla guy for him. And you should see what he does on the team buses. I mean, that's where he really has an effect. He jibes the other guys into better efforts. And he's coming in now, I guess, huh?
They bring in ML Card, the boos of the throng.
He's coming in now, I guess, huh?
They bring in ML Card, the boos of the throng here.
So they'll have a, I guess Bird will be out playing Jabbar.
Magic is 12 for 13 at the free throw line, where the Lakers have spent a lot more time there than the Celtics today. And a timeout. Boston. We'll be back with 41 seconds to go here at the Forum. With the Lakers leading by 9, our Lightmere most valuable player of the game is Earvin Magic Johnson. That's what he's done this afternoon.
I'll tell you, he played an outstanding super basketball game, controlled the pace, scored, rebounded, everything.
Light beer from Miller, proud to present a check for $1,000. A three-point shot by ML Carr. $1,000 to the National Multiple Sclerosis Foundation on behalf of Magic Johnson. It's 112-106. Less than a half a minute to go, and Dennis Johnson fouls Magic Johnson. As Magic told us yesterday against DJ, I'm up for him, and he's up for me.
Well, Dick, this series is even this season, and it was pretty close last year. Those playoffs being decided by one game for the championship as it went 7, but I'll tell you, these two teams, the Lakers have a great speed advantage over the Celtics.
And for Kareem. 20 points for Abdul-Jabbar. And Magic Johnson with 34 points establishes a season high. With 26 seconds to go, banner game for Magic Johnson. 34 points, and the Lakers lead 114 to 106. Big victory for the Lakers here at the Forum. We want to thank some people. Executive producer Ted Shaker in charge of it all. Our game produced by Michael Burks and directed by Sandy Grossman. We've been together for 4 years and have enjoyed it all. Bob Monsbach producing Pat O'Brien's fine halftime shows. And the rest, Craig Silver, the associate directors, and of course our statistician, Marty Aronoff. Thanks to everybody. Tommy, we know that the significance of this game for the Celtics was to stay ahead of Philadelphia. Their lead will be cut to a half. For the Lakers, though, more importantly.
Well, it was a big win, but I think the win on both sides will be sullied a little bit by the fact that Robert Parrish didn't play in the second half. I'm sure the Celtics will be saying, well, if we had Parrish in there, we would have beaten them out in L.A. And I think the Lakers will say, well, we would have beaten them with or without Parrish. But notwithstanding that, they're very happy. They played an outstanding game against the Lakers. And the Lakers deserve to win this one in every sense of the word. They really played fantastic basketball with Magic Johnson just leading that break and dishing out the sugar.
Kareem, 20 points. James Worthy, 24. He had a terrific game.
Well, and he made some key baskets inside when they went to that matchup.
23 seconds to go. Danny Ainge drives to the hoop and scores. 20 seconds remaining. And ML Carr, Byron Scott is shaken up as ML Carr fouls Magic Johnson. Scott has had a terrific game with 16. And they want a timeout, 20-second timeout called by the Lakers.
Well, somebody got Danny Ainge, too, on the face up the other end.
But Scott looks like he is shaken up more.
Scott getting hurt as he goes down, as ML goes over the top of him inadvertently. That was one of those accidental things. Here's Danny Ainge coming in and getting hurt as he got hit in the head. So, they're not giving up, either team.
Byron Scott limps to the side. Celtics, as you know, have already lost Robert Parrish. Byron Scott, who is red hot from the field.
You know, at this stage of a ball game, people say, why call these timeouts? Why do this? That's the way the Celtics play, right down for the full 48, and that's the way most teams who are really competitive play. They give nothing. Even if they get beat by 20, they play the way you're supposed to play the game.
And the Lakers comforted in the feeling that they didn't squander a lead in this one. 36 points, a season high from Magic Johnson. 16 of 17 from the free throw line. 13 seconds to go. ML Carr hits another three-pointer. Second of the ball game. 10 seconds remaining. And Scott Wedman commits a quick foul. That was a smart foul by Wedman, and the Celtics lead a trail by 5 points now.
Well, two pointers away if Magic misses one of these.
But he's been 16 of 17 from the line. Byron Scott. There's the timeout story. The Celtics still have a 20-second. And Magic misses only for the second time from the line. They're going to go for 3, you know it, with 10 seconds to go. 6-point lead. The Celtics need 2 3-point plays with that much time remaining. Cooper knocks it out of bounds with 6 seconds to go. And now they say it was last touched by Johnson. So Dennis Johnson, the Lakers just toss it up for grabs. 3 seconds to go, and here's McGee. Sees his Lakers not only beat Philadelphia several weeks ago, but beat the Boston Celtics today. The final score, 117-111. We'll be back to the Forum in Inglewood in just a moment. The Lakers make it 7 in a row, beating the Boston Celtics 117-111 and earn a split in their season series. And an important victory for the Lakers. Boston's concern maybe more, not only their 1.5 game lead over Philadelphia in the Atlantic Division, but the condition of Robert Parrish, their big man, who was out in the second half and did not play at all in the second half. Pat O'Brien is in the hallway, and of course the hero of the ball game for the Lakers today, Earvin Magic Johnson, with a season's high 37 points. He also had 13 assists, and right now let's go to Pat O'Brien. Pat?
Thank you very much, Dick. With Magic Johnson, the MVP of our game today, and the series is even now. How important is that for you?
Well, it's important for our confidence, and you know, just to put it in our own mind that we can beat them, and that's basically it right now. I think that it'll do us some good throughout the season once the playoffs come.
You had a terrific game today, Magic. Do you play harder against the Celtics?
Well, not harder. I think I just was more aggressive and just played my game. You know, all along a lot of people say, hey, I can't do this, I couldn't do that. So, you know, you just came out to just show that I could do it and just play the game, and that's all. I just had some fun.
All right, congratulations. Magic Johnson, back to Dick Stockton.
Thank you very much, Pat. Worthy with 24 points, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 20 for the Lakers. Larry Bird had a terrific game with 33, and Dennis Johnson was next with the Celtics scoring with 20 points. And the Boston Celtics are now 2-2 in their 6-game road trip. So, for Tom Heinsohn and Pat O'Brien, Dick Stockton saying so long from the Forum. The Lakers beat the Celtics 117-111. The NBA on CBS has been a presentation of CBS Sports.